Hi guys, this is Jamie. I want to welcome you to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. I want to welcome you to the Tinseltown swap, or not swap, I'm sorry, Tinseltown hop. This is a color along or a kind of Christmas coloring thing that myself, Sarah from Chronic Coloring Down Under, Tiana's Coloring Creations, and Johanna are doing together this holiday season. They asked me to join them, and we decided to color PDFs from Zoe Sadler's Tinseltown, and so it's going to be the Tinseltown swap. I will leave in the description the Etsy link for these PDFs if you would like to join us. You're more than welcome to. Everyone is going to be doing something slightly different on their channel. It could be a color along, it could be a tutorial, it could be a speed coloring, whatever they have time for. But together we are going to be coloring all 8 buildings in the Tinseltown between us 4 lovely ladies. And one of the ones that I have been selected to do is this Candy Smith's page, which is full of candy canes. So much fun. And Sarah should have already done her first one on the 26th. Tiana should have done one on the 27th. And this should go up on the 28th, and then Johanna will be doing one tomorrow. And so make sure to check out those lovely ladies' channels. I will leave them down in the description box below, and we will just get started. This is a voiceover, so I put my phone on silent, so hopefully I don't get any notifications making noises, and we'll be able to get through this page. When I first saw this page, I was excited because it has a bridge that actually hooks on to another building. I plan on cutting mine out and coloring along with my fellow YouTubers so that in the end I can piece all of these buildings together on a large poster board. No, you can get like half sheet poster boards at like your supermarket, department stores, dollar stores sometimes sell them, or you can cut a poster board in half. And I figured I could do some kind of mixed media background and then put these really cute buildings on the front. So yeah. And when I was looking at this page, it hooks together with the star building. And since it's Candy Smith's, I thought it would be fun to do something really fun and reminds me of candy canes and all that wonderful stuff. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to grab a blotter sheet here because I'm going to use some permanent markers, but I am going to do a candy cane effect in my main building of the Candy Smith's building. I have a piece of scratch paper here, and I'm not being a perfectionist here. I am just eyeballing my lines because this house is kind of wonky, or this building is kind of wonky, so the lines do not need to be perfect. I just want it to give the resemblance of a candy cane effect. And the typical candy cane, which is the red and white candy cane, which we all know is the peppermint flavor. I really enjoy the peppermint candy cane. It's the classic candy cane that we all know, and we all remember putting them on our Christmas trees and having so much fun. So as you can see, I'm just lining them up to the best of my ability. I am using a Crayola No. 2 pencil. These pencils are one of my favorite pencils to use because I like how soft the lead is in these pencils. So yeah, I did watch Sarah's video the other day. I think she did a really good job, and I can't wait to see hers all completed. She was using alcohol markers, and she is so good about staying in the lines with these tiny, tiny images. I could only imagine trying to color the PDF of the whole village. It is very small, and you would need definitely fine liners or some really tiny, tiny things to get in there, because even these bigger ones have some finer details. So as you can see, I kind of eyeballed some lines here for me to kind of get the candy cane effect. I'm just kind of lining this up just to double check on my last line, which was okay. One of them was really wonky, but it will be fine in the end. What I'm going to do so there's not excessive bleed out, because I do plan on using a permanent marker, which is an alcohol-based marker, I am going to use a glitter gel pen. If you use glitter gel pen to do your outlines on any work, it creates a barrier, so to speak, so that when you lay down your alcohol markers, they will not bleed past the gel pen. Now, they can if you have like an extremely juicy alcohol marker, but for the most part, it will stay pretty contained because of that gel pen barrier. This is a trick that I learned from Lisa's Coloring Corner. She does it when she does her lines through the Color Questopia books. And I thought, I wonder if you could take that technique into regular coloring, not just in line work. And so I have started doing that in my regular coloring, and it really has helped keep that excessive bleed out contained. So I appreciate the tip from her channel. It's so cute. My daughter just ran in the room. When I was coloring this, she was coloring as well. So, yes. I have been pre-recording lately all of my holiday sprites, because I'm doing a sprite a day until 2022. And I have the holiday sprites collection from Aurora Wings, and I'm just doing like a quick little video every single day just for fun until 2022, because they're just so fun and cute. I'm just showing you which markers I am using on this video. I am using the Heath Roan permanent markers and the Artist Loft permanent markers.
Mama, I need some soup.
Honey, can you be quiet, honey?
Okay.
The Artist Loft permanent markers are pretty unique. They have ultra fine end and a fine end. So they're the same color. So that way, if you need to use an ultra fine, you can get into those tiny details. But if you have a larger area, you can go into the fine. Here, I'm using the ultra fine to go in, just to be really careful not to bleed out. And my daughter is right here watching my video with me while I'm doing this voiceover. Do you want to say hello to everyone? Okay, she's not going to say hello. She's just watching me color this page. Do you want to go turn off the TV in the other room?
No.
Okay. But as you can see, I'm just making the candy cane effect. Now, when I was younger, there was a candy cane store in the It was like a shopping center, which we call the mall, where I'm from, and has a whole bunch of little stores in it. And you can go, and there's like a food court and things like that. Well, there was a store that was a candy cane store, and they had any flavor of candy cane, literally. So there was just jars and jars, and you can choose whatever you wanted. And it was like literally a rainbow of colors when you went into that store. Of course, you had your basic peppermint candy cane, but you could find tropical candy canes like pineapple and banana. You could even find things like lime and lemon. And you could find your Coca-Cola flavor one, and your Dr. Pepper, and your hot chocolate, and coffee, and all sorts of different kinds. And it was just really cool to go in there to see all the different flavors of candy canes. Some of the favorite ones that we like to have at our house during the holidays is, of course, we like the peppermint candy cane. Who doesn't? And I like the spearmint candy cane, which is the green and white one. That one is a little more tricky to find, but you can find it. They make a blueberry candy cane, which is blue and dark blue, and sometimes it has purple on it as well. They make a rainbow candy cane, and that one tastes like cherry, usually. The traditional rainbow candy cane. Now, they do make candy canes that taste like certain products, like certain candy flavors. Those aren't normally my thing. Like, they have like Sour Patch Kid ones and Arrowhead, or is it Arrowhead? It's the Airhead. That's what it is. Airhead taffy candies. They have like Laffy Taffy flavors, Starburst flavors, Skittle flavors. They do make chocolate ones. They make a chocolate mint one. That's all right. Sometimes traditional is best, in my mind. When you start flirting with so many flavors, it messes with a good thing. You know what I mean? So it is fun, especially for the kids, to see all these different kinds. But the traditional peppermint candy cane and the rainbow one that tastes like cherry is the one that I remember and grew up with, and is one of those iconic candy canes. Speaking of candy canes, have you guys ever seen the big candy canes? They're like a solid stick. They're really wide. They're probably, if you measured the circumference, they're probably the circumference of a $50, maybe slightly bigger. And they're really long. They don't curve. They're just straight. Those ones, I remember when we were in school, elementary school, it was like the ultimate prize if you got this thick candy cane, and it was just the best thing ever. You could never actually complete one. Like, you could never eat a whole one. I don't think I've had many of them in my past. I don't think I ever finished a whole one of those. It's just the idea of having this huge candy cane, it was just like a privilege, you know? It's so much fun. And kids love to decorate trees with candy canes too. It's just so much fun. When I am coloring this, I actually feel like I can smell the peppermint, but I can't. It's just the idea of it in my mind. So as I'm coloring this, I'm thinking that it would be fun to really colorful this out, really make it very colorful and very Christmassy. I'm going to I think I will be doing the roof a green color, a very iconic to a Christmas tree, because like I said, the candy canes remind me of things that you would hang on a Christmas tree. And right now I'm just actually outlining the edges just to make a more crisp edge, and I'm using a different shade of red, but it looks very similar, just to give that crisper look. If you guys are curious what I'm doing. Now I do zoom up the camera later in the video. I should have done it sooner, but I was kind of on a roll and I didn't. I apologize about that. So I'm just outlining these things out.
Yeah. Yay.
Those bricks inside the building actually look like clouds in the combination of the smoke right next to it. So I definitely want to make those bricks a darker gray so that they don't look like they're just floating marshmallows or something.
Yay.
I guess I could have made them look like chocolate bars, but I think I'm going to go for the gray approach.
Yay. Yay.
You like that?
Yay.
This building actually looks like it's been cut. If you see on the edge, it's because it links into another building that I don't think I'm doing the ones that are next to this, that my fellow color tubers will be doing.
Yeah.
And so it will be really fun to color those with them and link them all together. The gray that I'm using is a blue gray, and it's the Heathrown permanent marker blue gray. I was asked about these Heathrown permanent markers. I think it was 72 count, because they have been on sale a lot, especially during the holidays. And people have asked me my opinions on these markers. I do really like them. Some of the colors are kind of similar to the others, but if I was to compare them to a Sharpie, I would rather use these versus the Sharpie because they don't smell as strong as a Sharpie. I don't mind using Sharpies, but they're so strong that my eyes will start to water and burn, and I need to stop. So if a marker doesn't give off that much scent, that is a good thing. I do enjoy Bics, but I wish that this Heathrown permanent marker came in an ultrafine as well, because if it came in an ultrafine, I would be on top of that. I would get them right away because I do enjoy these Heathrown permanent markers. And there's quite a few colors in this pack for the price. And this was the 72 count, I believe, if I remember correctly. I poured mine out of the box it came in this little tote from the dollar store, so I don't remember exactly, but yes. I am trying to dodge the tiny elements on the page the best I can, because they like to sneak and get in the way. It's all good. I was thinking, oh, I could do a speed coloring, but I figured maybe there are some of you that would like to watch me do this in real time, just to see the technique and also how much time it actually takes me to do a certain area, especially since this area is so fine. I would do a background on this, but since I am choosing to cut mine out and put it all together in the end, I am not going to be doing backgrounds on mine. I will just be coloring the buildings. Here I was just pointing out that I was going to do the green roof, and I'm not sure what color I want to do the staircase. The staircase will probably be more of a neutral color, so that the building itself of the Candy Smiths is what pops off the page, not the full thing. But time will tell. I do like my color, and I do like things bright and sticking out and like in your face, bam. So we will see. It is very tricky for me to do a neutral color palette. I have done them, but it's hard because I'm drawn to bright, bold, in your face colors. Not necessarily neon colors, just your rainbow, primary, poppy type color schemes. This brown one is one of the artist lofts. That's why it has the dual tips, to get into those really fine details. I'm trying to figure out what kind of bird is on the top of this chimney in this picture. I don't know if it's a bluebird, but since this is a Christmas picture, I figured it could be either a turtle dove or it could be a partridge, kind of like in the song, the 12 Days of Christmas song. But I'm not quite sure because it's in hay, and the way it's shaped makes me think bluebird. It could be a cardinal because cardinals are Christmas birds, but I'm not exactly sure. I guess if all else fails, I could always make it be a chicken or something. Here I'm doing the outlining technique with my windows with the red gel pen. I think that the outlining technique with glitter gel pens is very effective, and it's a great way to use up maybe glitter gel pens that aren't so sparkly, but you want to use them up because you own them. You're basically using it to create a barrier. Here I am trying to decide if I want to ultimately do a lights on or a lights off approach. If I'm going to have a night scene, I definitely want the lights on in my building. If I'm doing a day scene, I want my lights off. So what I am going to do is I'm going to be doing mine ultimately as a night scene, because I feel like Christmas scenes are very fun at night, especially if I want to create snow and or even make a snow globe effect or something. So I am actually choosing to do yellow in the windows instead of this blue, because then it will look like the lights are on in this building or warehouse or little factory, whatever you want to make it be. And of course, yellow is one of my signature colors, so I definitely want yellow in my picture. It is not a Jamie page unless there's yellow, it feels like. I think what I need to do is get some yellow stickers or a yellow dot or yellow heart or a yellow wiggly line or something like that. That's like a sticker that I can put on the corner of all my pages as like my signature thing, just because I love yellow so much. I also like gold, so maybe I would in the future get a gold pen or something to use to put my initials or a hidden smiley face or something like that. I do like when people do that, put a hidden signature inside their art pieces or their colorings. I think it's really unique. I'm not really worrying about coloring over the snowdrifts because I plan on just going over the entire thing with my Uniball Signo white gel pen. Another good white pen, if you guys are curious, is I know lots of people like Posca, but if you are finding yourself having a hard time with Poscas, try the Arteza white paint pen. That one works really well, and I absolutely love the Arteza black paint pen. That one is really good. If you're looking for different white gel pens, the Uniball Signo that I use is one of my favorites. And then I also like the Arteza white gel pen. The only problem with the Arteza white gel pen I noticed, it goes down great, but after time, if you've put it over an alcohol marker or over certain pencils, it will actually change color to a lighter shade. Like if you put it over red, it will change to pink. So I just noticed that as an observation. It doesn't do that over acrylic paint though. This brown pen is a brush. It's a brush pen that is used for handwriting. Has a little tiny tip. It's a flex brush, and I really enjoy them for adding in finer detailed shading. As you can see what I've done with the shutters here and in the wood, I'm just adding in this stuff. I really like these pens. During this time, the reason why I don't come back fairly quickly is because when I pulled that pen out, the brown one, I have my markers by my desk. The purple one that looks like the brown one actually fell out of the caddy and fell right head first into my hot chocolate. So basically, I'm grateful that it didn't splatter all over my page, but the spare paper that was next to me got pretty doused, and I think I ruined that purple pen. But life happens, and we'll just move on, right? Oh, I zoomed up the camera so you guys could see better. That's what it is. Now I'm trying to pick a color for our Candy Smith sign. I have decided to pull an Arteza Everblend brush marker. This is one of the pastel ones that did leak when I first got it, but I've just been working with what little ink I have left in them. Just making it more of an off-white, creamy color, just to stand out from that candy cane building, candy cane effect building. And then I'm going to give a candy cane effect with 2 different greens, just so that it looks different than the red and white. I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving and everyone stayed safe. And if you did Black Friday shopping, I hope you guys found what you were looking for, had some really good deals. I know that Cyber Monday is around the corner. I am sure Amazon will get hit hard on Cyber Monday. It tends to always be that way. There we go. It looks cute. It looks like there's like a void because it's missing the other buildings, but I think in the end it will all come together really well. I love to use ultrafine permanent markers. They're some of my favorite markers to use because they can get into those really tight spaces. One of my favorite books to use the ultrafines, like big ultrafines or markers like this, is I like to use them in the Yippee Kawaii Mandala Magic book by Danny Banani, because those spaces are so small. You can get in there with these tiny alcohol markers basically, and you can actually put in shading and do different effects with them, which is awesome. And then I also really like to use these in the Julia Rivers books because they have a lot of small details behind the main characters because they're very Zen doodly. Right there I added a line because one of the tiles, I guess, one of the little shingle things on the roof wasn't drawn in all the way, so I was just drawing it in. Here I'm debating whether I want to color the entire thing a solid green or if I want to be brave and color everything individually and break it up with 2 different greens, giving a more textured, different look. And as you guys can clearly see, I have chose to complicate my life and do the 2 different greens because that is just me. But it does give a very strong effect of almost like a Christmas tree. So one is like a little darker than a grass green, and then the other one's just a lighter green marker. Now, after I'm done with this off camera, I actually go in and do some extra shading into the green roof with my Black Widow green pencils, just because I wanted it to look a little more vintage, but it does still give off a really cool effect. And I'm not doing it perfectly every other line because I do not want it to look checkerboard. I want it to break up almost like a mermaid tail. If I really wanted to break it up, I would have added another green or even a glitter green, which I could technically do still, add it just on top of one of the others, but I'm going to try to keep this as matte as I can. I mean, I may go glitterific, but I think I'm going to try to keep this one as matte as I can because my next coloring page that I'm doing for the Tinseltown hop is the Gingerbread house, and that one is full of candies and sweets and lots of fun, and that one is definitely something I want to add lots of glitter to if I have the opportunity and really jazz that out. But you know me, I probably will add glitter to this one because I just like glitter. But I'm just going to continue this on, and I think I'm going to be ending the video here shortly. But I want to thank everyone for watching, and make sure to check out the other channels, and I will see you guys next time. And you guys stay safe. Thank you for watching, and if you guys join us for the coloring hop, let us know. We'd love to see your work. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye, friends.